Hey there, I'm a dev, and today I want to talk about a UI library that basically kickstarted or began my SvelteKit career, I would call it, or my SvelteKit conversion. And low-key, I gotta say, also started this YouTube channel because it's a UI library that profoundly made my life and made my developer experience much better. And the library we're talking about is skeleton.dev. This is skeleton.dev, and yeah, they just made their new V3 release, and I gotta say, dude, it's just such a cool thing now. Because it was already before, it was a very good library. For example, I built wolf bricks.rocks with it, which was my first video on my channel. I also built Codoodle. I think it's under this domain. Should be, yeah. So this is basically the other app that I've built with it. It's a kind of blog app, you know. You can post things, yeah. It's just a very basic app, but I think it looks very cool. It looks very simple, I know, and it's yeah, just a cool little app. But I'm very proud of it, and I also built this with the old version of Skeleton, which back then looked like this. But now they've made a very cool update, and I want to try it out today a bit. So yeah, Skeleton integrates with Tailwind to provide an opinionated solution for generating adaptive design systems. So this is, I think, the most important thing about this UI library, that it is actually opinionated. So you can customize it with themes. The idea is really that you kind of make your own kind of thing. And the cool thing is, it was only available for SvelteKit, and now it's actually also there for Next, for Vite plus React, Vite plus Svelte only, Astro, and even I guess you could use it with pretty much anything now, because it's just, I think it's now just a Tailwind kind of wrapper, you know? So it's definitely very interesting. We're gonna of course go with SvelteKit. Let's see what supported versions we've got. We have SvelteKit 2, Svelte 5, and Tailwind 4. Works for me. The thing that I think is kind of lacking right now is that the CLI is not really set up yet. I mean, we can go to their GitHub. Let's see, they should have their CLI somewhere. I think they don't actually have a CLI yet. Let's just go ahead and go to our terminal and pnpm dlx sv create skeleton v3, and then go with minimal ts prettier. Okay, we should install Tailwind. Okay, so yeah, this is it. I think typography we can install, and then we're gonna go with pnpm, and we have our project set up right here, right now. And I think if we run it now, nothing will actually be on the screen, or nothing, but it will be just a default thing, which is why we gotta add some other things, namely these things. And the cool thing about pnpm is that I can just press a p, and then it's automatically a pnpm command. In our Tailwind or in our app.css, we can now paste in these things. We need to go ahead and set our theme. So if we go and do data theme is Cerberus. Yeah, it already looks different. Now let's actually go ahead and cook in some other cool stuff. We have many cool things here. We have badges, we have buttons, we have cards, and the Tailwind components. These are only the components that are actually made with, you know, with classes. They are not actually components that are imported, but they are just classes, which makes them, yeah, I guess for me, pretty much like Daisy UI. Like for example, if we have a button here, we then can just go ahead and do button hi, and now it's of course unstyled. But if we go and do class and then give this a btn style, actually not much has changed either. But now we can go ahead and do button, where was it, button, okay, preset fill. Okay, preset filled here. I think there are also other presets. Okay, preset outlined, probably also ghost. Tonal, what is tonal? Okay, so yeah, preset filled, primary. And the cool thing is that depending on, now we have, for example, set up 600 and 400. And depending on if you're on light mode or on dark mode, it will display either 600 or 400. So basically the contrast will be kind of the same if you're switching between light and dark mode. Yeah, the primary color is now pretty ugly. But I think this is actually all right currently. So yeah, here I think it's explained as well. Oh yeah, we will check out the theme checker in a second. Okay, we have also different sizes of button, BTN SM, LG. Okay, disable is also very cool. Would be cool if it would show the disabled cursor when we hover over it. And having a group is of course also a very nice addition. We also have dividers, which are, yeah, just borders. And inputs, oh, this is cool. I mean, I'm kind of torn between using the native select menus or using some style select menus, like for example the select menu from Shadsian, which is of course stylized and not native anymore. I mean, this is probably native, so it will 100% work and be optimized for, like, I would broadly say every system, but you can't be sure always. This one is kind of custom, you know, so, but let me hear your thoughts down below. So yeah, okay, Tailwind forms. So Skeleton relies on the official Tailwind forms to normalize form styling. Okay, so we theoretically also need Tailwind forms. So let's add this real quick. And I guess, yeah, we also need to add the plugin here. Now we can theoretically already add a form. I hope so. Okay, yeah. I mean, it's not the best form, but it works. Radio groups. Okay, other inputs. I want to know. Okay, no. Date picker isn't stylized. If you don't know, I'm not even sure if I have already talked about date pickers on this channel, but I am so frustrated with date pickers because the only date picker that I actually find is good is the one from Shadsian. And what if I don't want to, like, okay, look, what if I don't want to use a date picker from, or what if I don't want to use Shadsian Svelte? Then I'm basically screwed. Daisy UI also has a date picker now. Calendar, yeah, it's calendar. They also have a calendar right now, but yeah, it's not the best looking, and you kind of need to hack your way around it with Pick-a-Day, Kali, or React Day Picker. You could basically turn any vanilla JavaScript library into a Svelte library, kind of, with some hacks or with some DX, I guess. But the time I tried this last, it didn't really work out. But to see this is just a disgrace. I mean, this is like very not cool. But what I'm actually really interested in is, for example, this accordion. And okay, we want to, of course, go ahead with Svelte. And let's just import that. Yeah. I like this. Hardest disabled. Dude, that's really cool. It looks clean. It looks very clean. Okay, they still have the app bar, which is a thing that I really like because yes, Skeleton UI is like very opinionated when you compare it to something like Shadsian, but things like this were really cool, like with the app bar and the toolbar and then the headline. Very nice. What do we have actually also here? File upload. This is clean. I mean, it looks very good. That's for sure. But the customizability is of course not really here because all you're doing basically, let's restart the language server real quick, because basically all you're doing is importing this one and there's no way of actually customizing it, which is kind of a shame, but I've used it and it was a cool thing because If I'm going full custom, I would still use Shatsian, of course, and I also don't think I will switch back to skeleton. Oh, wow. Okay. I mean, damn. This looks clean. And of course, also the sliders. Yeah. I want to actually now create a theme myself. And you can actually customize much more than you could. Let's go to skeleton dev, but the v2 theme. Create a theme. Okay, you could customize the fonts and the text color. Okay, let's go to themes. First, the color palettes. Let's just do random. Cool. Cool, yeah. Looks nice, I guess. Let me actually go ahead and add in this button real quick. Class btn. Is it filled? It's something. It was something with filled. Preset. Yeah, preset filled. Primary 400 600. I am a button. Okay, and now let's we'll randomize this color. Okay, this is actually pretty ugly. This also ugly, but I don't care, I guess. Can I just... Okay, I can't. Okay, backgrounds, light mode background. Okay, makes sense. The spacing. Tight. Base loose. So, okay, on loose, everything is like kind of... Yeah, it's loose, of course. Tight, I might actually like... Tight. Okay, this is crazy. Now you can customize this much more. Okay, border radius, buttons, and this is for components, for containers, I suppose. Yeah, it is. Yeah, this looks pretty clean. And we can also customize the border widths. Why is... Because are these all using rings? Yeah, they're all using ring. I always prefer a very kind of wide border, you know, because I think it looks really cool. Okay, font family. Nice. UI monospace. Dido. Yep. The theme is completely random. Okay, letter spacing, we don't want that. Cool. Okay, we got this big ass code thing. And we of course also need to name it. Okay. So we're gonna call it the devil. And we can copy this snippet. And I suppose if we now go ahead and go into our app.css, do this, and then I suppose we don't need Cerberus. This will first of all, it still works because I don't know. But if we now set this to devil, it looks pretty different. And I am not sure why this is actually not working. Do I need to do like a primary something? I don't know. btn primary? No, I don't. Why isn't that showing the actual color then? Like, does error work? Maybe 59 is not the best option to choose here. Yeah, error does work. And primary does work as well. But why not in these special variants? 600, 400. Okay, for some reason they don't work in these variants, but yeah, I'm overall very convinced that this is kind of cool, you know, if you... And I also think that they also got their kind of little, you know, ecosystem going on, and it's just a very cute little library that I think for starting out is very nice. Yeah, one little thing that I noticed here about the button is that the cursor pointer event is triggered, because right now you're just creating a button. The cursor pointer is also applied. Okay, maybe a bad example. Is this even on Tailwind? Yeah, it must be on Tailwind v4. really beautiful thing that I made. If we now go ahead and create a button here, and by default, cursor pointer is not triggered. If you know what, if you don't know what cursor pointer is, this is cursor pointer. So it means that if you hover it, that the cursor kind of changes its shape, you know. I think you can see that. But now it's actually removed. And at first I was skeptical, but then I was like, yeah, actually this is kind of the native behavior. Because for example, if we have, where do I have buttons? No, we don't have buttons here really. I mean, you could call these buttons. Like, you know, there are also not pointer events triggered here. I think kind of makes sense, yeah. But this was just a little X course. What do you think about skeleton? It's, in my opinion, a very cool thing to get started with building UIs, because it gives you a pretty solid standpoint, and it also looks pretty beautiful by default. You can also customize it very well with their theme support, and it integrates very well with Svelte. It integrates very well with React and Astro. I haven't tried it yet. With the quality they're having now, I'm just gonna blindly trust them that it's gonna work pretty well. So it makes sense to use it for example, for a SaaS where you have multiple pages. For example, a SvelteKit app, but then the landing page is actually built with Astro, or the documentation is actually built with Astro, and you can still share components between these, which is pretty amazing. Yeah, here we have the little documentation about Astro. And what you basically do is you create a normal Astro project, you add Tailwind CSS to your config, then you install the global skeleton thing, you configure your Tailwind and remove default content and styles, and then set this theme. Now, if you actually want to go ahead and use components, like the functional components, not just the Tailwind components, you can add React or Svelte, and you can add the accent you want, like React or Svelte, add these sources, and then you're pretty much good to go, because you can just declare a component here, and you can also declare, and then you can import it into your Astro, which is also a reason why Astro is so fucking amazing, because you can just use Svelte, Solid, Lit, Astro, React, and all of these other things in your Astro app directly, which makes it the perfect option to use it as a landing page. So yeah, if you like this video, go ahead and like this video, obviously, and subscribe to my channel, and we'll see you in the next one.